So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. And in today's video, we have the San Antonio Spurs. As I'm sure many of you know, last season the Spurs were not a good basketball team. They won 22 games, which was tied for the second worst record in all of the NBA, and obviously got a little bit lucky, and they won the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. Our goal today in this 3-year window is to build around Victor Wembanyama, hopefully bring the San Antonio Spurs another championship. And finally, I don't want to make the intro too long, but just a couple other things. First and foremost, happy NBA tip-off day to those of you who celebrate. Got 2 games on tonight. It's going to be great. I'm so excited to have basketball back. Hope you guys are all looking forward to it as well. On top of that, we have 3 rebuilds left to go after this. We have the Sixers, the Wizards, and the Rockets. I haven't done the Sixers yet because I'm waiting to see what happens when James Harden. I'm assuming probably nothing at this point until maybe the trade deadline. So I'm going to be doing the Sixers. I'm going to do all of these teams. It's probably going to fill out the rest of the week. Let me know which one you guys want to see tomorrow. Of course, any other video ideas, let me know those down below as well. But yeah, man, Spurs, excited about it. Let's get into it. We're going to jump in and go over this Spurs roster right now. Obviously, there's not a lot of established talent on this team. Typically with established players, you tend to win games. The Spurs have obviously not been doing that. So starting out at the point guard spot, Tre Jones is a 78 overall. He's 23 years old. He's on a relatively favorable contract. Now, I think he's a decent player. I'm just not going to sit here and say that I'm 100% sure he's a starter on a championship team for him. But he could be a really valuable piece off the bench. We will figure that out. Devontae Graham is here. In all likelihood, really won't be playing too much for me. I don't know. Devontae Graham, it just doesn't really fit. I'm not going to lie to you. Blake Wesley is here. He was a first-round pick last year. Would not mind getting him a few more minutes this year. He is only 20 at a 73 overall. Shooting guard spot, obviously the Spurs showed a lot of faith in Devin Vassell. They gave him a big fat contract extension, and he played very well last year. It was very deserving, and I will say that. But he's 23, 81 overall. Definitely could be my shooting guard the entirety of today's video. Malachi Branham is here as well. He's 20 at a 76. Typically develops very well. Could be a very important bench piece for me today throughout this video. The small forward spot, Keldon Johnson. Is he the longest tenured Spur? I feel like there's a decent chance that could be the case right now. But obviously had a really good year last year. He's an 80 overall. I feel like he could even be a couple higher overalls, but we're going to see what we can do with him today. If he plays well, he'll probably stay, and I do like that contract quite a bit. Cedi Osman is here. Doug McDermott, Sidi Sissoko. I cannot pronounce his last name. Julian Champagny. I can't do it. But was Sissoko's second-round pick? Yes, he was this past year. Maybe there's some minutes we can get him at some point in time if he develops well. I don't know. But it's an interesting spot, the small forward one. Power forward, Jeremy Sohan. He's only 20. Came off a relatively solid rookie campaign. Hopefully he develops. I mean, that's just kind of the name of the game for most of these guys today. I mean, you play well, you're probably going to stay. That's just kind of how it goes. No disrespect to our friend Dominic Barlow here, but he's not going to be my backup power forward for year one. I can guarantee you that. And then the center spot, obviously, the generational 7'4" prospect, Victor Wembanyama. I mean, what else can you say? The dude's unbelievable. Probably going to win Rookie of the Year for us. And yeah, I mean, I hope to build around him today. But 84 overall without actually playing an NBA game. Kind of crazy, but he's definitely hyped up. We can say that. Zach Collins, him and the Spurs actually just agreed to an extension. 2K hadn't updated it. I did it manually. Charles Bassey is here, and then Sandro. I'm not gonna even pronounce that last name or even attempt to. So we might have 1 or 2 trades. Probably nothing too crazy here for year one, but maybe a little bit of some depth moves. We have figured out our first trade. It's going to be coming with the Toronto Raptors. We're going to send them Doug McDermott and Sandro. We're going to be picking up Chris Boucher and Jeff Doughton. Now, obviously, this deal is for Boucher. We've been looking for a backup power forward. We found one here in Chris Boucher, who is on a multi-year deal. That's kind of almost the biggest benefit of this deal. Doug McDermott and Sandro, they're both on 1-year expiring contracts. So, multi-year deal here with Chris Boucher, albeit he is 30. He's not exactly a young buck anymore, but he is here. He's going to be the backup behind Sohan. So that trade we made with Toronto is going to end up being our only trade here of year one. Obviously, there's some other moves I could have made, but when we have a couple guys on multi-year deals, they're not always as necessary. So rotation is finalized. Really no surprises 1 through 5 at least. Tre Jones, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, and Victor Wembanyama. The bench unit, Malachi Branham is going to be my 6th man. Again, I'm not typically somebody who loves big men being 6 men, so although Zach Collins and Chris Boucher, they're higher overalls, I'm going to go with the young guy who's maybe got a little bit more potential. That was not the button I meant to hit. So obviously behind Branham is Collins, Boucher, Cedi Osman, and Blake Wesley. Again, this is not by any means the deepest bench or the best bench or even the bench with the most potential. that I've ever had. But again, we're not going to be I just said that twice. We're not going to be a great team year one. I think we all kind of know that. I don't want to be a good team. I'd rather have the draft pick. So nonetheless, excited to see this man and how he performs in his first season in the NBA. So here goes nothing, man. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. Not a fun first year in San Antonio. I thought this team would definitely be better than last year that they were in real life, you know, and we weren't. We won 15 games, which I guess maybe you can almost flip the script and be like, hey, that's a good thing. It's going to be a really good draft pick. I don't know. Ja Morant's your MVP. Victor Wembanyama, on a positive note for us, does win a Rookie of the Year, around 17 points, 9.5 boards, 2 assists. I'll take it. It's a pretty good rookie campaign. CP3, Giannis, Paul Reed, Joel Embiid, Taylor Jenkins. Alrighty, let's get into it. Obviously, we are not going to be competing for the Larry O'Brien. We are going to be competing for the #1 overall draft pick. But here's a look at the full standings right now. 15 games. That is dead last by a good margin in the Western Conference, and it's actually a good margin in all of basketball. Wow, the Brooklyn Nets, 25 games. That's a little bit of a surprise. All right, here's a look at the numbers. Keldon Johnson, 18, 5, 1.5. Not terrible. Victor Wembanyama, Evan Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Trey Jones, Collins. I mean, I need like an elite scorer on this team. I need a guy that can put up, 26, 27, 28 points a game. We just don't really have that right now. And again, I think Victor Wembanyama can be that at some point. He's just not right now. So I might have to go find somebody like that. Let's zoom through the playoffs real quick. Looking like it's going to be a Lakers and a Sixers finals. You got LeBron versus Embiid. And wow, did LeBron just blow through and lead? Oh my God. Can you imagine the day on Twitter that happened? Good Lord. All right, let's get into offseason #1. Obviously, a very important offseason for us. We only have 2 of them here in a 3-year rebuild. Fuck. No. Thank you. Sorry, Pop. No. All right, draft lottery time. We are going to be projected the #1 overall pick. Obviously, the same odds with the #2 and #3 overall teams. And that Charlotte pick is lottery protected. I know we don't have it. So we end up falling to 5 because, of course, we do. I mean, you're not going to get lucky 2 years in a row, right? Obviously, my goal right now is to try to convince Greg Popovich not to retire next offseason. I overread it once. You cannot override it again. I'm assuming... So is he here? Is it because it says expired? So that's my question, because it also doesn't say like fire. So I don't know. Do we have a head coach right now? I don't know. Yeah, the game's just not letting me do anything. Like I'm clicking. So I'm assuming that means that Popovich not that I was going to fire him. I was just curious. I was just saying he has to be my head coach. Okay, up to the draft. The 5th overall pick is obviously not nothing. It's a very good draft pick. We also have 15 from Toronto in round 1, and then we have 19 from the Lakers in round 2. I have a decision to make. I'm not sure what that decision is going to be yet, but yeah, I'll see you guys once I do. So hear me out. I was going to try to trade for the #1 overall pick. I have a player in mind that I want, but it's Isaiah Collier, and the team that actually has the #1 overall pick is the Atlanta Hawks. And I'm not thinking that they're stupid enough to draft a point guard with Trae Young on the roster, so I'm hoping so anyway. So I'm going to try to get #2 here from Houston. Maybe the price is a little bit lower than if I were to go up to #1. And I actually want to keep 15. I want to see if there's a player I can get that could be a key bench piece for me. So I know I'm going to have to go up something. It's just deciding what that something is going to be. Trey Jones, obviously, I kind of opened the video by saying this. I would much rather have him coming off the bench for me. There are some players down here. Like, if you want Devontae Graham, you can take him. I'll drive him to the airport. I'm going to have to choose between centers because as much as I think Charles Bassey could be a valuable member of this team, I don't need 3 centers. Victor Wembanyama is obviously starting. They already signed Collins to an extension. Charles Bassey's expendable. It is a really nice contract, but he's expendable, and they agree to it. All right, so I'm hoping that Isaiah Collier does not... What? All right, good job, Atlanta. We're going to go ahead and take Isaiah Collier here. He's obviously going to be our point guard, hopefully, of the future. We still do have the 15th overall pick, and I'm not sure who's going to be yet for me, because if we're thinking positionally of who I could potentially go out and get, I think a new backup small forward is an option for me. I think it's definitely something that could be on the table. Again, maybe a new backup power forward, whatever it may be. We definitely need to expand our options here. And in terms of these guys, I mean, there are definitely some players on the board here. Donovan Clingan is number 12 and number 11. That's like a hard pass. Like, I mean, it is. I mean, Cody Williams is here. He's ranked 20 here. Out of Colorado, Joe Dumars. What's Clingan's comparison? Wayne Embry. Interesting. What? No, did I mean that? Patrick Ewing, Enes Freedom, good Lord. All right, Mackenzie Mbakwe is here as well. I'm thinking small forward. I mean, Cody Williams or Mackenzie Mbakwe. Which one am I really kind of leaning towards? I mean, they're both 6'8", both 19 years old. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Mackenzie Mbakwe. I'm going to go Mackenzie Mbakwe. I don't think I've ever really drafted him before. Maybe it's not the right pick, and maybe he's not a great overall, but, you know, I'm taking a risk. Collier's a 79, and Mbakwe is only a 73, so maybe that was the wrong pick. It is what it is. All right, qualifying offers. Dominic Barlow, probably going to take a pass respectfully. And then we enter a free agency class that is decent. It is a lot of the older players. And, yeah, probably not going to be signing any of them today. So, what is our roster looking like? The point guard spot, obviously, Collier is going to be our guy, and then Trey Jones off the bench, which does mean Wesley is a little bit expendable if we did want to make a move there. I mean, hypothetically, the starting five is complete. Maybe there's an upgrade at the power forward spot I could make. That's obviously not 100% decided yet. And I'm not saying there has to be. I just don't know if Jeremy Sohan's a starter on a championship team in a 3-year window. So, we will figure that out. There could be a trade or two. Obviously, we have some depth right now, but I'm not satisfied. I'm not. We're going to work on a deal here with the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to test their willingness to trade me Keegan Murray. Now, I don't think Keegan Murray is, leaps and bounds better than Jeremy Sohan, but honestly, it can never hurt to have two really young, promising players at the same position. So hopefully one of them pans out. That's all I'm going to say right now. So Chris Boucher, Blake Wesley is my offer. Obviously, Keegan Murray would come in and replace Boucher at the power forward spot. And yeah, Blake Wesley's really kind of just tradable now. So we're going to try to work on something here. I did not think they would take that straight up. I do have kind of a lot of small forwards here. I plan on playing Mackenzie Mbakwe in year one, so I'm not going to trade him. Not that I was going to, but it does mean City Sissoko is potentially a movable piece. Actually, he's not because they can't afford that. So how about just a bunch of seconds? I give you 4 second-round picks. We shake hands. We call it a day. Anybody? Come on, Sacramento. You're not necessarily known to being the smartest franchise. And no. Okay. I know I'm probably going to have to give up at least one first. I would probably be willing. I would even say Atlanta. But they just have the number 1 overall pick. So I don't necessarily want to just give away this draft pick for nothing. I think we could suck. I think the Hornets, oh God, we're going to have a lot of good picks next year. Let's look ahead to 2027. Potentially that a deal? Nope. And then another late pick. And I'm only doing this because I think I can retain the draft pick. In 2027, they agreed to it. All right, cool. So we go ahead and we trade for Keegan Murray. Again, I'm not saying that it's like a huge jump from him to Sohan, but I do think it'll help us out. A little bit of different players, and I'm excited to have him here. We definitely have a few more trades. We're going to be sending City Sissoko over to the Lakers. We're going to be giving us actually their first-round pick next year. It's lottery protected. It's still a first-round pick. Again, he's young. Maybe there's a little bit of promise there, but honestly, he was just never going to get the minutes here. And a first-round pick is definitely a little bit more valuable for me. On top of that, our friend Justin here, or excuse me, Julian, not Justin. I think that's his brother. Also not going to be getting any minutes here. So if anybody wants to give me a draft pick, I will happily do that deal. Thank you very much, Oklahoma City. And now we have our 10 guys moving forward. I mean, again, this is still not a contending team or anything like that, but I do like the product that we've put out. I think a lot of promise, a lot of potential. We're in a good spot. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. We're going to go over the rotation in just a sec, but before we do, 2K is very, very strange sometimes. We just drafted Isaiah Collier, second overall. Not only does the game not want me to start him, they don't even want me to start Trey Jones. The game wants me to start Patrick Beverley. What? I was literally shocked when I saw it. I don't know what the hell's going on. Obviously, Collier will be starting. Next to him is going to be Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson here, Keegan Murray newly acquired, and then Victor Wembanyama up to an 88 overall. Again, maybe there's an argument, Sohan, Murray. It's not like a huge gap, huge difference. I like the spacing. I like Keegan Murray. I've always been a big Keegan Murray guy. Brandon's still going to be our 6th man, followed by Sohan. He now slides to the bench unit. Trey Jones, Zach Collins, and Mackenzie Mbakwe. So definitely an improved bench. Obviously, we see some development. Some overalls ticking a bit higher. We have 2 starters from last year now on our bench. That'll definitely help out a lot as well. So I'm excited. I think this could be a playing team, maybe even a playoff team. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2 here in San Antonio. Definitely some progress here in year 2. We won 39 games. Obviously, that's our best record yet, and we're feeling pretty good right now. I think that probably, at a minimum, should be a play-in spot. Typically how 2K goes. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is your MVP. Isaiah Collier won Rookie of the Year. We have back-to-back Rookie of the Years on the roster. Absolutely tremendous. Christian Wood's your 6th man. Giannis is your DPOY. Scoot Henderson, most improved. Steph Curry, clutch player of the year. JB Biggerstaff, coach of the year. Good for you over there in Cleveland. All right, let's take a look at the standings. We are in the play-in. We are the 9 seed. We're going to face the Clippers in the first round of the play-in. And I'm feeling good. Again, I'm excited. I think this team can make a little bit of a run if we get into the playoffs. I truly do. So, here we go. Victor Wembanyama, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Isaiah Collier, Keegan Murray, Branham, Sohan, Collins, Mbakwe, Trey Jones. Rebounds per game was, oh my God, I almost just said Kristaps Porzingis. I don't know why. Victor Wembanyama, and assists Isaiah Collier. So we have the Clippers here, as I mentioned, for the, what? Oh my God. Not, what? good Lord. I mean, all right, this just put me out of my misery. Oh, wow, we won. All right, Dallas, whoever wins is going to be taking on the 1-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder. And, yeah, I mean, the matchup's not getting much easier here, so let's just go ahead and get through it. And we actually won that, too. We're in the playoffs. We're taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. SGA just won an MVP, obviously. Insanely good young core here. I don't know. Let's see if we can give him a little bit of a test, if you will. I don't know if we're going to win, but I'd like to. Oh, okay, we can take game 1. We're 1-1 right now. We drop game 3. We drop game 4. We did not mean to do that. And, okay, that's a win. That's a win. Oh, we lose. All right, man. 7 games in the first round is fun. I think the problem now kind of becomes, oh, wow, we got to rematch the 2023 finals. Then, oh, Miami gets it. The problem now kind of becomes is who do we trust moving forward, right? Like, who can we keep? Who do we have to trade? I wish we could keep everybody, but in a 3-year rebuild, obviously, you have to make tough decisions sometimes with the teams that kind of suck because you don't always get full guys unlocking their full potential in a very small window. So we will see. Greg Popovich does call it a career, which means I cannot override it, which means we will be looking for a new head coach to replace one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. So let's hit the draft lottery. I saw a Spurs logo. I saw another Spurs logo. We're projected 7 from the Bulls. I think it's actually top 10 protected. So it's not actually going to be ours, which is a little bit unfortunate. And it went all the way up to number 2. Oh my God, if that wasn't protected, that would have been insane. We also have 12 from Atlanta, and then we have 19 from the Lakers. We have 22 from the Charlotte Hornets, and then we have one more? I thought so. Oh, we have, wait. I don't know. I thought we had another one. I don't know. Obviously, a big moment right now, replacing Greg Popovich. It feels like a time to go out and get Mike Stauffer. Welcome to San Antonio. Okay, up to the draft. We are up here. We obviously have multiple first-round picks this year, 12, 15, 19, and 22. So we have some options. We can definitely maybe make a bigger trade, which is something I'm definitely thinking about. I'd love to try to add Mikal Bridges to this roster. This is nothing against Keldon Johnson, but quite honestly, heading into a hopeful championship season, an 81 overall is not going to cut it. He's been actually playing relatively well for us. I just don't know if he kind of moves the needle for me enough to really keep him as a starter, especially when that overall is not moving. So I'd love to add Mikal Bridges. I did not think they were going to take that. How about if I give you a 19 and 22? Can we shake hands, call it even? Oh, boy, I'll give you 15 as well. And then are there any other players I'd be willing to trade? I mean, again, I don't keep the roster very deep necessarily, so not really. All right, I do have some future assets. Not a lot, but I do have some, and it takes 4, but we do get the trade done. So there's a decision to make right now. Do I trust Devin Vassell enough moving forward to stay as our starting shooting guard? He, much like Keldon Johnson, also playing relatively well, but he's making a decent amount of money, and I think there are some better options. So I don't know that for a fact. We obviously added Bridges. He can play the 2 or the 3, but we definitely have to make a big decision moving forward. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draft somebody at number 12. I'm not necessarily going to be keeping them off the roster. Flory Badunga is probably going to be my guy right there. And then do we have a second-round pick? I think we do. Yeah, we do. It's number 11. All right, we'll do that swap. Thank you very much. And so, I mean, our decisions just keep having to come. We have a lot of decisions to make, and they're big decisions. So Flory Badunga is a 76 overall. Could be a valuable trade piece. Obviously, all these guys are going to be coming back for me. Qualifying, we have none. And then in terms of free agency, I don't think we have anybody major. It's Trey Jones, pretty much. We obviously don't have any money, which would be nice. We have about $20 million right now. I mean, maybe there's a little bit of money out there if I were to go ahead and maybe trade, I don't know, like, it would obviously have to be Collins and then probably one of these guys. It would probably have to be Devin Vassell, unfortunately. I mean, do I want to go out and make a superstar play and try to sign like Giannis or Tatum or Jimmy Butler? I mean, there's options to do that, but wow, looks like Giannis is going to leave and go to the Heat. I mean, it's a risk, obviously, because I can't just get these guys back if I don't clear it up, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I trade away all these guys, clear up all this money, and, you know, Giannis doesn't want to sign with me, Tatum doesn't want to sign with me, Jimmy doesn't want to sign with me, I mean, I'm fucked. That's just kind of how simple it is. So, I mean, I might make a play. I might. Do we maybe even bring back Kawhi Leonard? I don't know. But there are options. I have a big decision to make. Obviously, I'll see you guys with that decision. I've decided I'm going to take the risk and try to sign a superstar. I don't sign superstars very often, and I thought might as well give it a go in one of our last regular rebuilds. So we're sending Zach Collins to the Clippers, 2 unprotected first coming back. Again, this is just a salary dump for me. And also one of the main reasons why I'm doing this is because at a worst, if I don't get Giannis and I don't get Tatum, these are the 2 guys I'm obviously really trying to sign. I'm going to get Jimmy Butler. He has no offers right now. I'm assuming he'd probably accept on day 1. I think it'd be worth at least giving it a go. So right now, whoa, what is that? That's about 38. And what was he asking for? About 51. So I think, unfortunately, there's really no other option. I mean, unless I want to get rid of, like, Collier, Sohan, Badunga, and Mbakwe, I don't really think there's an option besides trading Devin Vassell. And again, I don't necessarily want to trade Devin Vassell, but I do have Mikal Bridges here. It is not the end of the world if I move on. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to trade Devin Vassell. It sucks. I don't really want to, but I do want to go out and get a star because it's not often in these rebuilds I am actually able to sign superstars because typically by the final year I don't have much cap space. But yeah, this is one of those situations we do. We're just going to take some draft picks. Again, it kind of hurts, but we're going to make a play for Giannis. That's actually the most the game lets me offer him. Again, I don't know if he'll actually accept it or not. We're going to make an offer for Tatum, and we're going to make an offer for Jimmy. So at a minimum, we're probably getting Jimmy Butler. So let's see what we got here. Let's go out and hope on a limb that somebody signs with us. Oh my God, we got Jason Tatum. Holy shit. All right, so I mean, the decision kind of comes down to, do I want Jason Tatum? Do I want Jimmy Butler? As I'm sure many of you know, I'm a Celtics fan. I'm going to sign Jason Tatum. Not only is he 2 overalls higher, but what is that, like 8 years younger? I'm taking JT. Sue me. I don't know. So Jimmy would have been fun, but yeah, we're going to go out with JT. So JT and Victor Wembanyama is the name of the game. We do lose Trey Jones, which kind of hurts. Actually, do we? Do I have to lose him? No, I do not. Wow, I can actually keep Trey Jones. Giannis goes to the Miami Heat. Holy shit. All right, so right now, I actually will try to retain Trey Jones. I'm just going to make sure he has no offers. But signing Jason Tatum is obviously absolutely insane. So very happy to have JT here. How much money does Trey Jones want? Wants about $10 million AAV. Welcome back to San Antonio. So, yeah, man, crazy moves come off season time. Flora Badunga will probably roll as Victor Wembanyama's backup. I think it's still going to be Murray and Sohan, obviously JT. Mackenzie Mbakwe is here. Maybe there's an argument to maybe make a small upgrade right there. Just because I have so many draft picks now that I probably can. I mean, look at this. This is like sad heading into a final year, having this many picks. But I don't really know if there is an upgrade, so whatever. I like this team. I do. This is kind of different from any team I've ever really had, so fuck it. I'll see you guys at the start of the third and final year. We had quite the offseason. We went ahead and made some major changes to this team. Mikal Bridges, Jason Tatum now in this starting 5. We made the playoffs last year, man. We're feeling good right now. I really am. So obviously Collier remains our starting point guard. Had a very impressive rookie campaign. New addition here in Mikal Bridges, Jason Tatum. Seeing him in another jersey actually makes me hurt, like physically. Keegan Murray here at the 4. Victor Wembanyama at the 5. Bench unit's going to be led by Malachi Branham. Surprised he's not up to at least an 80 by this point. Jeremy Sohan, Trey Jones, Flora Badunga, and Mackenzie Mbakwe. By far, I don't want to say one of the, like, it's not a bad bench. That would be excessive. It's just not one of the best benches I've ever had. So I am a little bit nervous about that, but this starting 5 is immensely talented, and I'm still feeling good. I'll see you guys at the end of the third and final year. Heck of a way to end the final regular season. Victor Wembanyama out here winning MVPs. We won 71 games this year, obviously. Far and away best record yet, and we are still hoping for a championship. So a lot of work left to be done. Cooper Flagg's Rookie of the Year. He is a Chicago Bull. Azar Thompson, 6th Man of the Year in Detroit. Giannis, your deep point. Didn't Giannis sign with the Heat? I could have sworn, unless I'm maybe making things. I thought he signed with the Heat. DJ Wagner, Most Improved. Cade Cunningham is now a Clipper and is your Clutch Player of the Year. Mike Stauffer wins Coach of the Year. Alrighty, let's take a look at the standings. We are the 1 seed here, 18 games up on the Trailblazers for the 1 seed here. Far and away the best record in all of basketball. Here is a look at the numbers, obviously. Jason Tatum, Victor Wembanyama, Mikal Bridges, Isaiah Collier, Keegan Murray, Sohan, Branham, Mbakwe. I like it. I do. I think everything is on the up and up. Who do we have? Us in the Houston Rockets here in round 1. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun, I guess, little trial and error. Okay, wow, that actually went 6. Moving on to the Grizzlies here in the Western Conference semifinals. I love this fucking little graphic of Bobby Portis. I know I say it every time, but it's just something about the glasses. They get me, man. I love it. All right, let's go. Hopefully just beat the Grizzlies with ease. I think this team is good, and yeah, there's definitely no doubting that, but I like our group. I do. We win in 5. We're moving on to the West Finals here, taking on the Portland Trailblazers. Young, up-and-coming group. As much as I love you, Robert Williams, you would be a terribly bad 4 in today's NBA. Simon's here, Jeremy Grant. I mean, terribly next to, DeAndre Ayton. If he's playing next to, like, Jokic, I'm sure it'd be fine. All right, let's go ahead and sim through the Western Conference Finals right now. We are up 2-0. We are up 3-0. That is a sweep. We are moving on to the NBA Finals. We're taking on the Charlotte Hornets. All righty. You got Justin Edwards, Brandon Miller, John Collins. Yeah, there's just no fucking way this team's even touching us. Let's sim through real quick. We're up 3-0. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of gameplay. I haven't got a lot of gameplay recently, so might as well get a little bit here in the final rebuild. Or not the final rebuild, in the final season, I mean. We're getting our fucking teeth kicked in here. Charlotte does not want to get swept out of their own building, which is fine. I respect it. I'd rather win on my home floor anyways. Can we just get our shit together here? What is happening? Thank you. Battle. Win. Fucking Christ. Okay. Hopefully should hold this lead. Hopefully. I'll see you guys in there. 3:32 left to go here in San Antonio. We are feeling good right now. We are on the verge of a championship. Victor Wembanyama got 29, 11, and 3 on the night. I don't know if I've ever used him in 2K. I have to imagine he's probably a cheat code. How was that? Okay. I have to imagine he's probably a cheat code, so I want to try. I'm feeling he's a little bit slow right now, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean... That's fucking insane. All right, man. Obviously, it's an 11-point game. It's not completely over, but we are feeling good inside. Keegan Murray just gets his shit stuff. All right, cool. I gotta focus the fuck up here. We gotta lock it in right now. LaMelo Ball, top of the 3, and he misses it. Okay, let's slow it down. Malachi Branham's in right now. I'd like to get Mikal Bridges in because no disrespect, I think he's a little bit better. Let's just kick it over here. Let's work the low post here with Victor Wembanyama. I mean, this is just a fucking cheat code right now. What do you do? I mean, what do you do with that, right? I mean... That's fucking... Oh, yeah. bring John Collins in. I'm sure that's... Would you put a bottle of water to put out a house fire? I mean, what the hell? All right, Victor Wembanyama grabs his 13 board. I also haven't used JT. Let's go ahead and play with Jason Tatum a little bit. Jason Tatum to the rack all over it. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun. I am. This is fun. All right, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess just chatting about the Spurs right now. Obviously, I'm very excited to see Victor Wembanyama's debut. I think it's Wednesday. I think they tip off the season against Dallas, so I'm definitely going to be watching that game. It's been a long time, man. I feel like the NBA season is so long but so short at the same time, because there's one aspect of it. It's like, hey, man, free agency and the draft is like literally almost directly after the season ends, whereas like I feel like at the NFL you got to wait a long time. But on another end of it, it's like I get to like September 1st and I'm like, okay, it's basketball season, and then I don't realize I have to wait till basically the end of October. So it's kind of a double-ended sword almost. So I don't know. I'm excited to have basketball back. I really am. I'm feeling good. Hopefully a championship year for my Celtics. I'm saying, man, I'm feeling good right now. I am. That definitely can change very quickly, so we'll see. But for the Spurs, man, obviously not going to be a contending season or anything like that. It's I don't know how many years Popovich has left. I know he signed the extension, but I'm very excited to get to see him with Victor Wembanyama. I am. So we'll do one more offensive possession here. Obviously, this one is basically wraps at this point. I'll give it to JT. I actually kind of want to work with Victor Wembanyama. So can we just get a pick? And what a way to end it. I'll see you guys in the finals MVP. We end up winning in 5 against the Charlotte Hornets, and Jason Tatum is your finals MVP, man. So, wow, we only get one today, but obviously with some of the younger teams, that's actually more than acceptable. So I was happy. I enjoyed this one. Using Victor Wembanyama, obviously a blast. This team was very, very good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. I hope you guys did. I know I did. If you did, leave a like down below. That'd be awesome. Of course, you guys are new around here and not yet subscribed, hit that sub button. We'd love to have you here in the community. Other than that, man, that is pretty much it for me. 3 real builds left to go. Obviously, you guys have seen this one on Tuesday. By the end of the day, Friday, we should have them all wrapped up and ready for the start of, whatever series comes next. I haven't decided that yet. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. That is it for now. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.